Somebody say, hey, 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 hey. Where are my Niger Delta people? Say, hey, hey, hey. Ebenezer,
All right, welcome everyone to Growth School. I'm so delighted to be with you again today. All right, welcome everyone to Growth School. So, welcome. It's Growth School o'clock. If you are feeling tired and weak, please go and wash your face and come in here to join Growth School because we'll be treating something really essential that would go a long way to determine a lot of difference in your life. So if you're ready for this transformation on the concept of fulfilling purpose, the wrong, the way, and the wisdom, there will be so much of revelation tonight. And that's not a hype, and that's not just to make you believe something would come and all of that, but truly there will be a lot of revelation because the concept that we will be looking at and treating tonight, it's something that is foundational to life, foundational to growth, foundational to your development, foundational to your advancement, and foundational to many things that will be taking place in your life. So we're looking at the concept of fulfilling purpose. How do you fulfill purpose? Though lots of people have had teachings, books, lots of people are talking about purpose and purpose and purpose and purpose. Some just keep telling you about discovery. But right now, lots of people feel really frustrated. A lot of people feel really tired. A lot of people feel like, oh, this purpose thing is just scam. It's all motivation. And even some have seen it as, oh, certain leaders or certain individuals just want to say it as a way to exact knowledge without really telling us what's the truth. Okay, today in class, as part of what I ended classes, I said there's a difference between what is true and what is the truth. Oh, there's a difference between what is true and what is the truth. So we'll be coming back to it. We'll be sharing today on what exactly is the truth. The truth when it comes to purpose. The truth when it comes to purpose. And you'll be learning a lot from this topic tonight. So I hope you've gotten your pen, you've gotten your notepad, and you're ready to really get a lot of value from what to be shared tonight. Fulfilling purpose. Now, I want you to look critically at what we have there. Now, when you say fulfill, so it's not talking about an activity that is done at one time and then you just stop without doing something more. It means you get to a point whereby you are so fulfilled, delighted, happy with your life. You are delighted with the things you're seeing happening around you and taking place without being intimidated, without being frustrated, without being jealous, without being envious of others. Why? Because there is a feel in you. There is a feeling in you that does not make you envious of what every other person wants. So there is that place of fulfillment. And one thing I've always shared on the concept when it comes to purpose, when you want to be free of envy and jealousy, just become aware, obsessed, just become true, get to a point where you truly know what your life purpose is, and then you pursue it consistently, and you would have no reason to be envious, you would have no reason to be jealous, you have no reason to look at every other person and feel intimidated with what they have got. Why? Because you have come to a point of being filled with an assurance of what you should be doing. A lot of people right now are under the pressure of, oh, my friends have gone ahead. Oh, that person has gone ahead. Oh, that person is doing this. And then you see people doing a lot of things, and you feel that you're weak. You feel that you are disadvantaged by not doing what they're doing. And that's because there is a place of unfulfillment in you, not an unfulfillment that you don't have a certificate, not an unfulfillment that you don't have a job. Some people, not an unfulfillment that you are not in a marriage, but actually because there is something much more than what you have that you have not gotten. And this is where purpose comes into the picture. Okay. Okay, this is the place where purpose comes into the picture. So, fulfilling your purpose. The truth is, it does not matter how long you have believed a lie. The number of years or the length of time with which you have believed that lie does not change it into a truth. I'll say that again. I hope you're listening. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Listen again. Tell yourself to listen to this. The length of time with which you have believed what is wrong does not make it right. You know, there are a lot of people that believe, oh, because I believed this for a very long time, maybe at some point it will be validated to be right. No matter how long you have believed a lie, it does not make it the truth. No matter how long you have believed a lie, it does not make it the truth. And in actual concepts, a lot of people who speak about the concept of purpose, they have been stringent and they have taught it based on the limitation of their mind without giving people a worldview to explore and become what they have to be. I used to tell people, and this may be a shocking statement, the fact that you belong to a service unit in a seeming religious setting does not mean you are fulfilling the purpose for your life. I know this is going to touch someone right now. The fact that you are in a work group or you belong to a service unit in a seeming religious setting does not equate to the fulfillment of your purpose. It may be a springboard, okay? It may be a propeller to begin the journey of your purpose fulfillment, but it does not equate to the fulfillment of your purpose. Why? Because you may receive the training to become what you should be in the actual concept of your purpose from such platforms or such community or such environment or such systems, but it does not equate to the fact that you are fulfilling your purpose in life. Because the purpose in life may seem to be greater than activity, and that's even the thing. Your purpose in life is greater than a seeming activity you are involved in. Your purpose in life comes to a greater measure of you, comes to a greater measure of the things, all right, that your life finds consistent joy in. You find consistent joy in, and you're willing to put in more to it, even if you are not rewarded to do it. So, this is why the concept of purpose must not be joked with. Now, listen to this statement very, very clearly. The mystery of human existence lies not in just staying alive, but in finding something to live for. And that statement was made by Theodore Dostoevsky. All right, he says the mystery of life is not just in staying alive, because there are people who are alive who are actually not living. Oh, this is serious. There are people who are alive who are actually not living, because it's possible to be alive. Being alive is just a privilege to be awake, to breathe air, and then have the privilege to go through a series of time. But the ability to live is that your existence seems to provide a meaning to your immediate environment. So you are living when you're waking up every day, when the privilege of life offers you the ability to make a positive contribution to the ecosystem of the world. So when you wake up and all that you do is, oh, I've woken up today, you can eat, you can step out, maybe you receive a salary, maybe you go to school, maybe you do all of this, and there seems not to be a contribution to the ecosystem of life. It simply means that you are alive, but you are not living. There's this shocking statement that guided my life, all right, and that inspired me in no small way when I got that. The statement says, the beginning, the beginning of your existence is the day you were born. But the beginning of your living is the day you discover a purpose for living. All right? The day you discover a purpose for life. The beginning of your existence is the day you were born. The beginning of your living is the day you discover a purpose for living. And you discover a purpose for life. That's because you can exist and actually not be living. What brings living, all right? What brings joy, what brings reality to your life is the fact that you are clear about the purpose for your life. Let no one deceive you about life, irrespective of what you have gotten and the accolade you get in life, that you have gotten the best, you have succeeded, you have accomplished a lot of things. When it's a digression from the life purpose that you should have, then you are only living, you are only existing with those accomplishments. You have not started living your real life. And this is why many people are filled with living a fake life without coming to a true reality of joy and fulfillment in their journey of life. The beginning of your existence is the day you were born, but the beginning of your living is the day you discover a purpose for life. Now, let's go very quickly into the subject. That's just an introduction. Fulfilling purpose, the wrong, the way, and the wisdom. Now, for you to be on this webinar and to really understand clearly what we will be sharing today, number one, you must have discovered your purpose. So you must be sure about what purpose you should be fulfilling. You are already clear, or you have some sort of ideas. Maybe you know what you seem to be passionate about. You have a pain area you have been healed from. Maybe you have some sort of potential and you're looking for a way to convert it into fulfillment of purpose. Or maybe set of people are already seeing a lot of things in you. You have the privilege to do certain things and people are like delighted. They say, oh, I'm blessed. Oh, your post blessed me. Oh, when you said that thing, I was inspired. Or you had the privilege to counsel someone and they told you, oh, that was nice. I never knew, I never looked at it in that way. Do you know when I took that step, oh, my life changed and all of that? Or there are certain problems you find yourself, you consistently solve easily, and people bring them to you, you address them, you're delighted about them. So we cannot talk about fulfillment if discovery have not taken place. So that's why I said, I think I posted this for those who saw this, who saw the flyer on my WhatsApp status, that you need to go to a previous video I did. I need to find out what day now. I did a previous video on revisiting purpose. Revisiting purpose. Let me find that video quickly. Revisiting purpose. And probably, maybe if I even search on Google, I would see it. Revisiting purpose. So I just want to find out the date, so I'll tell you videos. So I'll just tell you where it is. Revisiting purpose with Abiodun Mustapha. Revisiting purpose. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Okay, hold on a sec. So I shared in that video and I shared in some other videos on discovery. In fact, I did a 3-day purpose challenge where I shared on discovery, shared on some aspect of, I shared on discovery, I shared on some aspect of fulfillment. I also shared on some aspect on purpose speaking and purpose that. So it was really, really detailed. So I will check that video and maybe display so you would find it. Okay, so it's a very, very, very amazing and really fantastic video, which I think you should watch. So revisiting purpose, which means number one, you have a couple of ideas around purpose. Thank you so much, Eptouch. Nice to have you here. That should be Ebenezer Lucia saying thank you very much. So now you have discovered your purpose. So you have a seeming idea. You've gone through some master classes. They've told you certain things, and now you have an idea that, okay, this is what I think my purpose is, or it seemed not too clear at the moment. Okay, it seemed not too clear at the moment, and you just want to begin to explore, and from there, you want to begin to come into the reality of what your life purpose is. So that's foundational for what I will be sharing. So it's not for those people who are still struggling with discovering their purpose. We are struggling with discovering your purpose or finding clarity. Do well to watch that video. And I also did a 3-day purpose challenge. So you can feel free to subscribe to this channel and then subscribe to this channel, and then check videos. Go to my live gallery, and then you'll see a video called Revisiting Purpose with Abiodun Mustapha. So Revisiting Purpose, you will find it there. It's a very, very, very detailed video. And then you can also check my video on what did I call it? How to discover your purpose easily. All right, how to discover your purpose easily. That's also a very, very, very amazing. All right, so it means, so what I'm trying to say is, for you to get the best, you must have an idea of what your purpose is. Number two, you are sure of what your life should be about. So you're sure of who you are, you understand what your life should be about, you understand what you should pursue with your life, you understand how far you should go with your life, you understand how you should journey, you have a seeming idea of, oh, this is the vision for my life. I think I want to go to this aspect. Oh, beyond just making money, beyond just having a job, beyond just getting married, beyond just having a certificate, beyond just growing old, taking care of children and doing all of that, there's something more to you. You have it within you. You feel it within you. There's a burden inside of you, and you really want to pursue it for a very long time. And then thirdly, you have all of this. You have discovered your purpose. You're sure of what your life should be about, but you seem stuck on what to do. So right now you just feel stuck. You're like, oh, what should I do with all this purpose? I read purpose. I don't know how to go about it. I don't know how to deal with it. Everything just seems like motivation. And then I want to know the next place to go. Then this webinar is for you. In fact, if you want to go into business entrepreneurship, and right now you seem to feel like, oh, I feel far away from what I'm trying to do. It's feeling like it's only money, but I need something more that will really challenge me and make me better, then you should be on this webinar. So what are you going to learn? Number one, you will learn how you can transition from discovery to fulfillment. So how you can move from discovering purpose to fulfilling purpose. Number two, I'll talk about some wrong things that you should take away, which I call purpose fulfillment killers. So these are things that can kill the fulfillment of your purpose. These are things that can limit the greatness at which you should accomplish in purpose. They can hinder you from fully accomplishing great things in your purpose journey. They can hinder you from accomplishing great things in your purpose journey. The next thing, we're looking at purpose fulfillment practices. Now, what are some practices that can begin to give you leverage to fulfill your purpose, that you can begin to explore? Some things you can begin to do that will make you gain mastery in your purpose fulfillment, and they will open you up to a lot of greatness in your purpose journey. So we have purpose killers, we have purpose fulfillment practices, and I will also be talking about purpose fulfillment platforms. So there are platforms you can begin to explore, you can leverage on, you can move from one point to the other, and before you know it, you are already there. And you must understand that purpose fulfillment never ends. Purpose fulfillment is a journey. I'll say that again. Purpose fulfillment never ends. Purpose fulfillment is a journey. The level you are at today does not mean you will continue to be at that level. There is the possibility, there is the opportunity to grow from one point to the other. And this is why it is not true always that where you started, the platform with which you started your purpose fulfillment, means you must be there forever. Not everyone needs to continue with the purpose fulfillment platforms that they began with. And this is the danger most people make. And this is the lie a lot of people have been told, that, oh, because you started out here, because this is where you did this, because this is where they gave you your first opportunity, because these are the people that did this. It does not mean that you need to remain there. For example, Joseph did not fulfill his own purpose. If you remember the story of Joseph, I shared the story of Joseph, I think 2 weeks ago or so. Joseph, that young dreamer guy. So you need to have watched my previous webinar. I'm just bringing out a lesson from it. You will find out that he started dreaming, and he started having understanding and idea around certain dreams, interpretation of dream, where in his father's house in Canaan. But he did not remain there. He got to the prison, And then that was another platform. From the prison, it got another platform to appear before kings. This is why it's important to not get overly excited or get overly distracted, because you are currently doing something little and you have the idea of the masses. When you have not gotten before the kings, don't stop. When you have not gotten before the kings, when you have not gotten to the point that kings, noblemen, honorable men are the people who need the things you're doing, you must not stop. So Joseph went on. He started in Canaan, he interpreted in the prison, and then he got to the palace. The same thing happened to David. Remember, David was playing songs, he was writing psalms, he was playing hymns, he was playing the harp, playing string instruments. He was cited and recommended to the palace. So he did not say, okay, oh, because I'm enjoying playing in the bush, I'm enjoying it, it's really nice, I'm enjoying the songs. And I say, oh, the king is calling me. No, I'm enjoying this platform, let me remain there. So don't be deceived. Don't be deceived and don't get carried away by the wrong ideologies that where you begin the fulfillment, the execution, one step after the other of your purpose, means you must remain there. There are people who must actually move from where they began their purpose fulfillment to greater platforms if they must attain fulfillment. Okay? But also, this is the caveat, there are some who should remain, grow, increase relevance, and grow results in the places where they began. But not everyone need to remain in the platforms where they began. Now, let me tell you a story. 2016, this was during my master's degree at the Federal University of Agriculture, Belkuta, when I was doing my master's degrees in computer science. And, we finished the exam, we finished coursework. And I had a couple of friends that were very close, we were together, and we're all. And the first guy got an amazing job, moved to Lagos, and then he was working with a very big company, earning six figures, very nice six figures. This is challenging. Does it look like I'm doing something right with this masters and all and all? Instantly, the second friend also got an IT job, became a software developer, and then it was earning all of that. You would not believe that the fact that these guys were doing really well and this guy moved on and all, and it looked like I was the only one I missed a couple of friends who was just still on the master's program, still trying to see how to figure things out. Money was not coming that much. I just had to do what I would do and then be fine. I just realized that the thought started making me have serious headache. Oh, the thought started making me have serious headache. Like I would just wake up in the morning at a point at a stage. I wake up in the morning and I would have real headache, like my head would seriously ache. And this would happen in the morning, in the night before I sleep, the same thing, to the point that I had to start taking paracetamol. Like I would take paracetamol in the morning when I wake up. I'll take paracetamol at night. Why? Because I was having serious headache. Why? Because I looked at these guys. This may even be your situation. I looked at these guys like, look at these guys are doing well. Why am I not also earning six figures like them? Why am I just having to stay here and just remain there and just do this and just do that? And it affected me greatly. You may be at this point, maybe right now, you are looking at certain friends, you're looking at what they have achieved, you're looking at what they have gotten, and it makes you always wonder. Sometimes you feel even bitter with yourself. Sometimes you feel even uncoordinated. Sometimes you're lost in thought, like there is no joy, there is no happiness. And eventually I left the house that day. I went to visit another friend. We just had a few conversations. He started saying certain things that seemed to be related to what I was doing. And eventually I returned back and I started reading this part of the Bible that says, take no thought for yourself, what of the morrow, for tomorrow will take care of itself, for your heavenly Father knoweth that you have need of them. You know that part of the Bible that the Bible says, "Oh, the sparrow, they do not beg, they do not do this, yet your heavenly Father feed them." That's the lilies, that's the birds. Okay, they do not beg, they do not go about, and yet your heavenly Father feed them, and all of that, and all of that, and all of that. You know, I got to a point where I needed to repeat that chapter in the book of Matthew. I repeated that chapter, read it again, and then I found out that my depression, this state of depression, happened because I was laying my focus on other people without coming into what God has called me to fulfill. I was looking at the achievement of others, looking at what they have gotten, going on to see, what they have become of themselves, without coming back to understand who I am. The truth is, the moment you come to an understanding of who you are, you will never be intimidated where others are. I'll say that again. The moment you are aware of who you are, what God has made you to be, and what God has sent you to do, you will never be intimidated by what other people have become. Our impatience of not understanding our current state and understanding our why in life is the reason why we fall into a lot of depression and self-imposed oppression. So you look at Titi, Titi don't blow. Titi is now using Titi is now using this Islander. Titi is now doing Titi has now become this. Titi has now become an influence. And you do not come to understand that that is what they are. And until you are able to honor what they are, you will not be able to step into the fullness of your own accomplishments. This is very, very important. So this is very, very important. If you do not come into the awareness that there is something more about you, there is a place that you should step into in destiny that no other person has been made to step into that place, you would not appreciate yourself. So until I came into that awareness of purpose, I did not really get in true picture why that experience happened. So normally what I should have done is, that's nice. I think they are called to do that. I think that's their place. There's something more about me. I'm called to inspire people. I'm called to teach. I'm called to build people. I'm called to mentor people. I'm called to do this. And then I will focus and begin to build myself towards it. Guess what? Eventually, that was what I did. And when I focused on that, that was how Purpose Hangout opened up. And we're able to hold about 10 editions in about 6 different cities in Nigeria. We're able to inspire hundreds of young people. And I found myself becoming happy, becoming delighted. People would come and say, wow, that's amazing. When are we going to do Purpose Hangout again? Even after years, because after 2020, we've not had any physical Purpose Hangout event until one that is on plan currently. Why? And then the joy happened, the delight happened, the experience, the delight began to happen. Why? Because someone did what? Came into the realization of who he was, why he was, and what he should focus on. So you can free yourself from never being depressed if only you can focus on your life purpose. I hope someone is getting value. If you can focus on your purpose in life. Are you getting value? I want to be sure someone is getting value.
One more time. If
Awesome.
you're just looking, you are wrong.
Awesome. So it's very important that you get to that point where you understand that there's something more to your life than just laying focus on every other person and being distracted from what you are called to do. Listen, there is something special about you that no other person has been created to do. Okay? So you can free yourself from that level of depression by just knowing your life purpose. Now, listen to this. Beyond you knowing about your purpose, beyond just knowing about your purpose, beyond just knowing about your purpose. So some people say, oh, I know my purpose, that's all, I've discovered my purpose, oh, now I think I'm okay, and then they go about and begin to celebrate, hey, purpose, oh, my purpose is this and this and this, and they bring all the grammar together and bring all the tools together. Calm down. There's something more beyond purpose discovery. There are a lot of things beyond purpose discovery. Beyond purpose discovery, there's purpose fulfillment. There is purpose enlargement. How do you grow your purpose assignment beyond just small, beyond just little? How do you grow in your reach? There's purpose enlargement. There's purpose fueling. How do you attain a point whereby when you hit a point of maybe discouragement, you can pick yourself up again. You can become charged to a point that you give it another try. There's purpose fueling. There's purpose engagement. There's purpose development. There's purpose spirituality. And there's purpose financing. So don't just become overexcited the fact that no, now I know my purpose, and then you become proud, you become arrogant, you now feel like you're on top of the world. Work have just started. My brother, work have just started. The moment you discover your purpose, there are more things you should begin to look at. How do I fulfill it? How do I enlarge it? How do I fuel it? How do I engage? How do I develop? How do I engage purpose spirituality? Because you do not know, the moment you identify the purpose for which God made you, you have become a subject of attack. Is that shocking, right? So you must look for means through the right way, through God's own way. You must look for means to be spiritually fortified so they don't kill you because of that assignment. Why? Because for every purpose you discover and you begin, there will be a lot of attack. There will be criticisms. There will be people who want to pull you down. There'll be people who say false things about you. There'll be people who say, is he the only one? Why is he the one always wanting to come live? He wants to show us that he can speak English, Abi. Or why is he the one they're always inviting to speak on that platform? Why is it, there will be lots of attack, both physical, both mental attack. People will try to attack you mentally through their words, and even spiritual attack. So you need to understand purpose spirituality, because there is a greater force who is more interested in you fulfilling your purpose than you wanting to fulfill it. I'll tell you that again. God is more willing to make you, God is more willing to have you fulfill your purpose than you wanting to fulfill it, because there is the glory of God that is revealed in your fulfilling purpose. I'll say that again. There is the glory of God in you fulfilling purpose. There was the glory of God in Moses going to Egypt to bring the children of Israel out. What did he say? He said, let my people go that they may serve me. You believe you are the one who is the major focus when you fulfill purpose? You have been deceived. You have been told by lots of speakers, maybe motivational speakers, that fulfilling purpose brings you glory. Yes, maybe, but God is more glorified in you fulfilling purpose than you wanting to fulfill it. So never deceive yourself that your purpose is about you. Your purpose is not majorly about you. It's about the glory of God that is revealed. Why do you think Jesus said in the Bible that glorify thy son, that your son may glorify you? What was he talking about? He said, allow your son, that this your son may fulfill scripture, will fulfill the purpose for his coming, so that you will be glorified. So every time you choose not to fulfill your purpose, every time you choose to be distracted by every other thing outside of your purpose, it means you are unglorifying God. It means you are on glorifying God. UN. It means you are on glorifying God. This is very important. Oh, welcome, Chioma. Chioma is here today. Awesome. Princess Chioma, you're welcome. Yes, much value. So important. Chioma is saying, yes, this is key. We can't deceive ourselves. God is more glorified when you choose to fulfill purpose than you wanting to be glorified. That's why it's not enough to come out and say, oh, I want to make money from purpose. Oh, I must survive. Oh, I must do. It's fine. It's okay. But you know what? God is looking for his glory. God is looking for how he will be glorified when you choose to come out and fulfill your purpose. So don't sit down and say, okay, purpose will take care of itself. It's not everybody that will fulfill purpose. You know, there is more revelation, there is more fulfillment. The light begins to shine. The light of God begins to shine. People begin to honor God. Why? Because you fulfilled your purpose. Have you seen people say, thank God for you? Have you ever noticed it? When you speak and say, thank God for your life. Thank God you came to my life. Thank God you spoke to me. Thank God you organized this program. Thank God you were one of the speakers at this program. Thank God you are doing this growth school. You know why? Because God is glorified. God is what? God is glorified. The moment you choose to step into your purpose, the glory of God is revealed everywhere. God was glorified when Joseph fulfilled his purpose and then he was able to save life. So every time you choose to step out and step away from your purpose, you are delaying an agenda that God should accomplish on the earth. So there is purpose spirituality. And because the devil is aware that when you choose to fulfill purpose, God will be glorified. It does certain things to attack you, to discourage you, to draw you out of it, to make you deviate from that fulfillment of purpose, because he is aware of who is glorified when you choose to fulfill purpose. So beyond purpose discovery, there's purpose fulfillment, purpose enlargement, purpose fueling, purpose engagement, purpose development, purpose spirituality, and purpose financing. There's a strategy, there's a system. Maybe some other time I may pick these topics one after the other, depending on how I'm led, and then we'll talk about it. But today we're looking at purpose fulfillment. Now, listen, they are killers of your purpose, and I'm going to try to take time. And these are wrong things that when you begin to allow them in your purpose journey, they can kill your purpose from sprouting out. They can do what? They can kill your purpose from coming out. They will kill it from reaching maximal fulfillment. Purpose killers. And some of those things to some people may look so, it's simple. Is this what he's trying to teach us? Is this? Number one, ignorance. Never step into your purpose blindly. I'll say it again. Never step into your purpose blindly. Never step into your purpose assuming you will get there and figure it out when you get there. Listen, for everyone that God really called to do something great in their generation, he taught and built them. I'll say it again. For everyone that God sent, called to fulfill the purposes in their life, he taught and he built them. Let's take example, Moses. Remember, God engaged, interacted with Moses. He spoke with Moses, and then he gave him certain instructions, told him what to say, told him who to meet, told him what to do. He did not step into purpose and say, when I get there, I will accomplish it. The problem is many people today who seem in quotes to say they are trying to walk in their purposes, they are doing things and they call purpose, is because they did not spend time with God to receive clear instruction. They did not spend time with the right knowledge in order to build and equip themselves for it. And when they got into certain situations, they ended up in limbo. So they ended up confused. They ended up without awareness. Why? Because they were not built. Don't say, I think I said in that video, please watch that video, because I'm picking some things from it, revisiting purpose. Don't fulfill your purpose to prove a point. You know, there are people say, me too, I will open WhatsApp group. And then they start opening WhatsApp group. And they got to a point, the WhatsApp group is now dry. Why? Because they did not invest in requisite knowledge. There is something more than opening WhatsApp group and giving it a tag name. It's not bad. I have no issues when people will do it. But don't let your purpose be killed by being ignorant of what you are said to do. Spend time with God before you step out. When Purpose Anger was to start, I sat down. I still have the book. I think I have it in where I keep my books. There was a draft. Initially in my head, I felt, maybe we should do it the way every other person do it. Let's just organize conference, get a venue, tell people to come and gather. You know, thank God for grace and his leading then. Because if I actually did that program, I organized that program the way I wanted to do it, right now, I would not have been able to keep moving because it would have caused a serious problem that I may not have been able to address. So, you know, I just sat down that day, I was praying in the morning, and then I started having draft. Okay, do it this way, do it this way, do it this way, get these people, link up this way, link up this way. And that was the exact model we followed for Purpose Hangout that made it spread into different cities in Nigeria. Never step into your purpose with ignorance. You need to get to the point where by right now, okay, I'm aware I'm sent to young people. Who is actually doing things with young people that I can begin to sit down and watch? That I can begin to sit down and learn from? That I can begin to look at how he does it? Or that I can volunteer with and begin to watch and learn the system by doing? And then you begin to pick up, okay, in that area, in that thing you're speaking about, is it relationship? Have you built requisite knowledge that have become, you know, when the Bible says the word has become flesh, that it has become flesh in you, that even if you stand for 2 hours without opening a book or without checking a note, you can speak about it so well. Why? Because the knowledge and the assignment has become flesh in you. You can tell the statistics of the number of youths that are suffering from that thing and that thing. You can begin to pick up reasons why people suffer from those things. You can begin to say, these are systems and way people have tried to address this. Why? Because you are not ignorant about your purpose. The problem is we have so many ignorant people about their purposes who only stepped into it because they wanted to make name for themselves, or because they saw someone do it and they felt they could replicate it. You need to sit down, dig your head, learn, and be better in that area of assignment. Ignorance is a great killer. The ignorance of culture, of the kinds of people you're speaking to. There are people who are speaking to those who are Gen Z, and then they are still making use of the language of the Gen A. Or they still have the mentality of the Gen A. What do you have to do? You get requisite knowledge, you understand their feelings, you understand their hurt, you understand their pain, to the point that irrespective of the category of people you meet, you can deliver maximally and they will be blessed. So number one is ignorance. Number two is arrogance. Arrogance. The reason why many people, I'll say it again, the reason why so many people far in what they seem to call their purpose assignment is because they are not humble enough to learn. Never let your discovery of purpose make you proud. Make you proud to the point that you don't submit to who you should learn from. People believe, because I know everything. You know, there are even some who encapsulate their arrogance around spirituality. God spoke to me, and because God said it, I know I will do it, and I will go, and I will make it happen. I don't need to learn from anyone. The thing that, you would understand very soon. Arrogance is a great killer of fulfillment. Arrogance, you must send it away from your life. Number 3, criticisms. Criticisms will come, but never let them get into your spirit. Never let them get into your soul. Never let them take you off the track. Never let them distract you from where you should journey. Why? Because the aim of criticisms is to hinder you from how far you should go. Never let them hinder you. I know somebody will be saying, "Oh, how do I handle critics in my life? How do I handle critics?" Now, let me tell you this. Take criticisms as one, majorly, what are the positive things said in these critical statements, in these statements of criticisms that would help me to be better? What are the negative ones that I need to throw away? Because the truth is, if you are not careful, I've gotten to a point where people I respected started criticizing my purpose assignments. Like people I respected, started criticizing my purpose assignment. In fact, some of them even lied against me to superior authority. Why? Because such assignment, such model was novel to them. But this is one thing you should understand, that God will never judge you, or God will not justify you because of the people who criticize you. He will judge you by the assignment he sent you to do. Can I recap? God, I'll say it again. God will not justify you because of the people who criticized you. He will judge you by the purpose he gave to you. He will judge you by the assignment he sent you to do. So never believe that, because my purpose, these people, they said this, and I decided to stop. And then I didn't bother myself. God will not say, okay, you are justified. Well done. You do know what the Bible said? He said, well done, good and faithful servant. He said, you have been faithful unto little. Come, and he gave you more. When you are faithful to your purpose and assignment God has given you, there is a greater divine reward he gives to you. But the moment you allow criticisms kill it, then you lose the great reward. Do you remember that unfaithful servant? He came and said, you are a master, always willing to gain when you have not sown. And then I buried your talent. Yeah. You know what he told him? He said they should cast him into eternal darkness. They should deal with him. Deal with him and flog him. Criticism can be a fulfillment killer. Never let yourself become intimidated or disempowered because of the criticism that comes. And listen, you are criticized because you are doing something important. The moment you stop doing something important or something worth it, the moment you stop doing something important and something really worth it, you will find out that you will not go as far as you should. Okay? You will not go as far as you should. This is very important. Very, very important. This is very, very important. Okay? Criticisms. Number 4, the wrong mindsets. I spoke about mindsets. I think last week I spoke about mental alchemy. So look at it and learn from it. The wrong mindset. Wrong mindset about people, wrong mindset about places, wrong mindset about certain things. Wrong mindset. The wrong mindset. Very, very, very important. You must avoid the wrong mindset. Okay? So you must be positive in your mind. When you walk into places and you see people doing something better, or you see them having greater advantage and opportunity, appreciate them. In fact, you can reach out to them and give them your true praise and honor, give them true love and all of that. And you get, the next thing you have to do is you need to love them, appreciate them. Very important. Very, very important. This is critical. Avoid the wrong mindset. Number 5, lack of readiness. So preparation is important. Begin to prepare. You see yourself that someday you will stand on platforms and begin to speak to people. You pass on the message of whatsoever your purpose assignment is. You would counsel young people. Can you begin to build yourself? Because when people begin to sense mediocrity in you, they will soon leave you. Some of you believe, oh, people are loyal because they are loyal to me. I've said it before. They are not loyal to you. They are loyal to what you are offering them. They are loyal to what you are offering them. This is very important. They are loyal to what you are offering them. So people are not necessarily loyal to you. They are loyal to what you are offering them. They are loyal to what you are offering them. So when they begin to sense that, oh, this guy is not even ready, or when you get to the point where you need to appear before king like Joseph and you are not ready, they will send you back to the prison. They will send you, the prison means, oh, you're there. Nobody remembers you. Nobody even thinks about you. Okay? So lack of readiness can hinder, can limit the extent of your purpose fulfillment. Poor skill sets. What are the skills you need to accomplish your purpose? Begin to learn them. Take courses, practice, intern, and be better. Wrong associations also, they can kill your purpose fulfillment. Those friends who see you as, what's he doing? What's he always? He's the one always wanting to come out. He's the one always wanting to do Facebook Live. He's the one wanting you to always prove that she does this. Dissociate. Put them in their place. Focus on your assignment. When you become great, they will look at you and say, that was my friend. That guy, I knew him. We used to be together. Wrong associations, they can kill your fulfillment. And then lastly, lack of guides. Lack of guides has to do with mentorship. All right. Do you submit to mentorship? Do you submit to mentorship? And do you have guides around you? Are there people who can tell you, okay, this is not the way. Can you look at this in this form? Can you look at it? Can you look at this in this way? Can you follow this path? Can you follow this place? And then they begin to give you guides. They give you ideas. Do you have such people? Lack of guides could kill your purpose. Now, purpose fulfillment platforms, I'll be quick on this because of time. Number 1, religious institutions. Okay, for those of you that belong to religious institutions, and then you have the ability and opportunity to do one or two things for them, and they are offering you their platforms, use it well. Be excellent at it. Prepare as if you are going to speak before kings. Begin to practice and do things. For example, my speaking started becoming better, okay? Or let me even say I began my growth, my exposure, and then my excellence at speaking on religious platforms. I began in church, given the privilege to moderate, and the way I will prepare, the way I will pray, I put in a lot of excellence to it, and before I knew it, I started getting better. I was better and better. Eventually, I moved on to event emceeing. I would MC wedding receptions. I would MC birthdays and all. It started in church. Explore. At some instances, they started observing my knowledge. They'll give me privilege. Oh, take this seminar. Oh, okay, take this study. Okay, I'll teach this. Okay, do this. And then, you started growing. Even if you are given the privilege to speak for 5 minutes, do it as if you are going to appear before kings. Never underestimate any opportunity. Recently, I posted something. I said, the opportunities that will change your life may not look like it. The opportunities that will change your life may not look like it. Have you ever thought of it that what if Joseph just said, oh, Shebi is just come and interpret dream, and he never knew that from interpreting a dream and being intelligent to offer what solution would help, he would end the chapter of being in the prison. Number two, your school. Are you students, undergraduate students, or you're a student at any firm? Your school is a platform. You're told, oh, come and be involved in this competition, or come here and come and help us do this. You show up, you know what, you exhibit, you know what you're doing, you're stretching your capacity, you are increasing, you are gathering experience, you're meeting people by doing it. Thirdly, your social media profile. If I go to your social media platforms, will I easily identify what your assignment is? Can I say, oh, okay, looks like this guy is good. Oh, looks like this guy is always talking about this. That's how many people got invites. Many people, they were just consistent with pushing out the same sphere of content online, and people say, okay, oh, I think we need a speaker on that. Someone stick to their mind. Why? Because they were always feeding their social media platforms with things around that area. Okay, number four, personal interactions. When you meet with people and you speak for them for 10 minutes, can they begin to decode your sphere of assignments? Can they decode your sphere of assignment? Like when you talk to them, when you interact with them, you seem like you're a this. You seem like you're a personal development person. Oh, you seem like you're someone in the educational space. You seem like you are this. It looks like you are this person. Why? Because you choose to interact. And this is why when you go for events, don't be the kind of person that when you go for events, you just go, you didn't meet anyone, you didn't interact with anyone, you didn't connect with anyone, and it just looks like, oh, you were there or you were present. There is something more. There is always something more. You must be willing to connect. You must be willing to interact. Be willing to interact. Be willing to interact. Very important. Personal interaction. You go to places, you meet people, you appreciate what they do, they ask you questions, you speak intelligently. That's why preparation is important. And then number five, competencies. You must build competencies. Build competencies. Build competencies. Speaking competence, writing competence, leadership competence, build competencies. When people begin to see that you are excellent at doing this, they will recommend you for something more. I hope you're learning. I hope you're learning. I hope you're learning. I hope you're learning. Okay, now on the next, where do you start from? Number one, identify your dominant passion. Identify your dominant passion. What's your dominant passion? What's your dominant passion? What's your dominant pain? Number two, develop a message around it. Number three, have a content journal where you begin to dump your thoughts about things around that area. Begin to have role models that you look at consistently, you watch, you monitor them, see how they do their things, and then you can choose to adopt certain things that will help you. Number five, look for a mentor. A mentor in that area you are into, in that area. You are in an area where you want to help people to begin to speak up from themselves more confidently. Look for a mentor in that area. You feel your assignment is in the point where, okay, you want to begin to lead a group of women to become more empowered, more positive, and more confident. Look for mentors in that area. And then lastly, number six, volunteer. Volunteer, volunteer, volunteer. I cannot tell you all of how volunteering has changed my life. Like volunteer has changed my life in no small way. In no small way. Volunteer, 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 volunteer. And when you're volunteering, volunteer intelligently. I'll say that again. When you're volunteering, the problem is a lot of people don't volunteer smartly. They just volunteer to, oh, I volunteered for this. And then they take a picture, they post on social media. Not that way. Are you building network, the right network through your volunteering? Are you gathering knowledge through your volunteering? Are you studying systems and models when you volunteer? That's where to start from. As you begin to fulfill, you choose to fulfill, do this. So, what are things you can't do without on this journey? So, you remember we've talked about the wrong, we've talked about the way. Now I'm talking about the wisdom. Number one, you can't do without character. You can't do without character. Character is very, very important because people may like you because you are competent, but they will not recommend you because you lack character. I'll say it again. People can like you because you are competent, but they will not recommend you because you lack character. Character is very important. Don't be the type that, oh, you're given privilege, maybe as a young man, to speak before young ladies, and then you collect their contacts, you collect their numbers, and you begin to send the meaning messages, chats to them after you're speaking. And to some extent, you undo the good words you have said on those platforms. Or maybe you are the type that they find you in places they should not find you. Character, very, very important. Because if you lack character, you will soon be out of your purpose fulfillment. Should I say that again? If you lack character, you will soon be out of your purpose fulfillment. So you can't do without character. Number two, competence. Build competence, leadership, writing, mentorship, management. Build competence, counseling, speaking, communication, corporate communication. Learn global languages. Some people learn more than one language. Why? Because their purpose demands it. So you can't do without character. You can't do without competence. You can't do without capacity. The greater your capacity, the more people you are able to influence. And fourthly, you can't do without connection. So you need people on your journey. You need people on your journey. All right, you need people on your journey. That's it tonight. So we've dealt with a lot. Fulfilling purpose, the wrong, the way, and the wisdom. 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 I hope you got value tonight. I really hope you got value. Let me know if you got value. Let me know if you get value. So if you have questions, you can begin to send in your questions right now. If you have questions, you can begin to send in your questions right now. Why I do well to answer them. So that's it for tonight. I'm so delighted you're choosing to join tonight. Fulfilling purpose, the wrong, the way, and the wisdom. I hope I was able to do justice to the topic tonight. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you for choosing to be with me on this webinar. So if you still have questions, drop them after now. I'll do well to answer them. So please, before you go, if you are yet to subscribe, please do well to subscribe to this channel. Do well to like this video and do well to also share with your friends. Okay, do well to share with your friends. Very, very important. Do well to share with your friends. And then finally, if you are here to get my book, Mind Shift, where you can also advance from some of the things we have shared here, that's the link to go and get a copy of that book right now. It's available. You can get your copy, bit.ly/order Mind Shift. Go well, just make payments, a very small amount, and then you'll get a copy of that book, Mind Shift, The Secret and Power of Your Mind. It's been an amazing time with you tonight. I hope you were blessed by the service. I hope you're making up your mind to be a better person. Till I come your way again, keep making every day of your life very exceptional. Keep making people you meet on a daily basis better than you met them, and keep transforming your life with relevant knowledge. Till I come your way again, I remain Abiodun Mustapha. Cheers.
Ebenezer.